Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Big Farm, thinking right out here in the lab. What I do what I do for you. I got a nice quick lesson. Wrap up what I just had. I think it was a little too long, so I cut it short. I got a little quick lesson, wrap it up for you. Title's gonna be nice and quick. I got something right. Good. All right, here you go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. The message in the story for life. I got a life lesson for you. You tune to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. And that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Love them words. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Daily will help and guide you to reach your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. But it's done through thinking. Knowing thyself is the question I ask. Do you know you? The answer, and my mission is to get everybody to be able to answer that question in the affirmative. Why? Because if you're a right thinker, knowing thyself is part of being a right thinker, and that's your goal to be knowing thyself as a right thinker. Mine's the teacher of it. My mission is to get you to get there by any means necessary. So today I got the book, so let's go. Hey, know thyself. If you have the answer, don't have the answer, it's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, you're not the right thinker. Tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. Spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right think and know thyself. And to Maya, be true. I just got finished breaking down what is Egyptian yoga. Now I'm gonna give you a quick understanding. The practice of yoga, aka right thinking philosophy, leads to happiness and enlightenment. That's a goal that all right thinkers is striving for. Let me get this lesson over right quick. I got some things they're gonna do, so let me wrap this up. Egyptian yoga is what? Right thinking philosophy is a revolutionary new way to understand the practice of ancient Egyptian mysticism, aka mysteries. The ancient Egyptians' mystical religion, aka Shitat Netta, you know it now as right thinking philosophy. Egyptian yoga is what has been commonly referred to by Egyptologists as Egyptian religion. Now, religion is something that you practice daily. It's part of your life. Christian, you practice Christian philosophy. Muslim, same thing. So, right thinkers, we do the same thing, but we use our spiritual discipline to guide us on a day-to-day basis with knowledge and understanding of what we should be doing. We follow a certain pattern. So it's called religion because of that way. It's a way of life, and it got to be done again. What you practice Maya daily. Okay, so religion is something that you practice daily, and you got they called it Egyptian religion or mythology. Mythology is a philosophical way of making points and teaching. That's what it's all about. So remember, but to think of it just as another set of stories or allegories, we know the myth is a story, allegorical. Masons, we know it's allegorical. Why don't the Bible and the Christians know that that book is mythological and allegorical also? Moving on, but yeah. But watch this. About a long lost civilization. If you think it's just another set of stories or allegories about a long lost civilization, is to what? Completely miss the greatest secret of human existence. All those who misunderstand and misinterpret what the Egyptians were doing, missing out on a whole great concept that if you don't understand it, you're lost. I do. I teach it, and those who learn it understand it. So we moving. Now, what is yoga? Again, the literal meaning of the word yoga again is to yoke or to link back. We want to go back to our essence. We have lost our memory. We don't remember who we are. So when you do yoga, you're practicing what? Going back to what? The essence of who you are. About what? Mentally running your mind back in time, so to speak, to regroup and understand who you really are. And by doing this, what? The implication is to link back the individual consciousness in your head to what is original source, the original essence, our universal consciousness. In a broad sense, yoga, right thing philosophy, is a process which helps what one to achieve what? Liberation or freedom from what? The bondage of human pain and spiritual ignorance. We go through life not knowing ourselves, so we striving for this, working for that, trying to attain this, trying to get that, and missing the whole big picture about what we should be doing, which is gaining knowledge of self. When you spiritually ignorant, that means your God knowledge is for nil. You ain't paying attention to none of that. I'm understanding of that. So it's a big difference when you're ignorant of yourself. So watch this. Whenever you engage in any activity with a goal of what? Promoting the discovery of your true self, know that self, by it, excuse me, be it by studying the wisdom teachings, exercise, fasting, meditation, breath control, rituals, chanting, prayer, and etc. These are all the things that you do eternally. Why? Because that's where it is. It's right here. It ain't out there. When you are practicing yoga or right thinking philosophy, your goal the goal is to help you to what? To discover what? Your essential nature, which is what? Being one with God or the supreme being or becoming conscious of your higher self. Then it is what? Yoga. Whatever's getting you to that next level is yoga. Whatever philosophy you practice, watch this. Why? Because yoga, in all of its forms, it's 5 different concepts, a bunch of them, but 5 major ones. In all of its forms, as what? As disciplines, and all of them teach a discipline that you need to master and learn that will help serve you, what? Become a better you and closer to your higher self. And when you have all these forms of the disciplines of what? For spiritual development, as practiced where? In ancient Egypt, earlier than anywhere else in history. Again, we're giving you the information from us as early as anybody else. Why? We documented it. The ancient, watch this, the ancient scriptures describe how what? How Asar, the first what? Mythological king, the first mythological king, like Zeus and the Greeks, they used the mythological concept so they can get away with pretty much anything. So they got the idea. We give you the mythological concepts of the first king of ancient Egypt. And what happened? He traveled. The concept is, according to us, he traveled throughout Asia and Europe, doing what? Establishing civilization and the practice of what? Religion, meaning a routine set pattern on a day-to-day basis that you can live by, aka he bringing into Maya. Okay, now this partially explains why the teachings of what? All your mystical spirituality known as yoga, and from where? The Vedanta in India, there are also this unique perspective excuse me, the Vedanta in India are so similar, as you go, to what? The teachings of the mystical spirituality we know as yoga. Oh, similar teachings to, excuse me, the similar teachings to what? She taught Netta, ancient Egyptian religious concepts, Egyptian yoga. Okay? This unique as perspective from the highest philosophical system, we were the most spiritually advanced people on earth for a reason. What's this? We had the highest philosophical system, which what? Developed where? In Africa. And the way of spiritual development, which leading to spiritual enlightenment. What's spiritual enlightenment? So the Egyptian yoga is not what? Merely a philosophy, but what? A discipline for what? Promoting spiritual evolution in a human being. Spiritual enlightenment is getting knowledge and truth about God, implementing them for yourself, using them as your character aspects, mastering them, and that's spiritual enlightenment. Now you above average, you above the norm. Why? You got more understanding of who? Thyself. And by doing this, allowing him or her to what? Discover the ultimate truth within themselves and reach supreme peace. Hotep and ultimate joy we call bliss, which lies within the human heart. Again, all that is in the heart. The mind got to become conscious of it. This is why we give you the lessons. This is why we teach. This is why we put forth the concepts that you can follow and manifest for yourself. Because once the heart and the mind function as one, you're good to go. You know you. These are what? The true worthwhile goals in life. If you think having a big fancy car and all a bunch of money and fortune fame is life, you wrong as two left shoes. Why? Because you'll be bad. I'd rather be dirt broke and spiritually rich than to have it the other way around. And most of us would prefer the other way. Mm-mm-mm. As my man Lee Corso said, not so fast, my friend. There's some consequences that you're going to have to pay. Simple as that. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. Anything, watch this. Those who listen now, knowing thyself, they are what the true worthwhile goals of life for all right thinker. That's our concept. Now, anything else in life is settling for less. If you think anything you can acquire here is better than what you can acquire here and here, it would be like, watch this, a personality, watch this, who owns vast riches. A lot of y'all do. But when it comes to spirituality, thinking that what? He is poor and homeless. Because you are. hmm Without spirituality, without consciousness, knowing who you are, everything you get is useless. Every human being has the what? The potential to discover the greatest treasure of all existence. If what? They apply themselves to know themselves, to study and practice for themselves of the what? The teachings of right thinking philosophy, aka yoga, with the proper guidance. Sema is the ancient Egyptian word for what? The symbol meaning union or yoga. And this is the division of Egyptian yoga concept. When you look out upon the world, that's this. We are often baffled by what? The multiplicity which constitutes the human experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. A lot of us think we're human beings with spirituality. Okay, this is why we teach. This is why I do what I do to help you. What do we really know about this human experience? Many scientific disciplines have been developed over the last 200 years for what? The purpose of discovering what? The mysteries of nature. As my man KRS says, you need to have a gun not a physical God, but a concept of God. God first, knowing God, understand the universe is second, and nature third. That's your God. But watch this. When you learn how to discover the mysteries of nature, what you're doing by this search, but this search has only engendered new questions about the nature of existence, which is cool. But watch this. Yoga is the discipline or the way of life designed to do what? Promote the physical and mental and spiritual development of the human being. Again, we teach you mind, body, and soul. That's what yoga teaches you philosophically, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It covers all the bases, all the aspects of your person as a human being. It leads a person to what? To discover the answers to the most important questions of every individual of life, such as who am I? Why am I here? And where am I going? Every time I get to this point, everybody wonders, well, yeah. But if you pay attention, you might learn something. As explained earlier, I'm trying to let this continuation of the lessons, the literal meaning of the word yoga is to yoke or link back. The implication being to what? Link you, the individual, your individual consciousness, your I consciousness, back to what? Its original source, the original essence, that which transcends all mental and intellectual attempts at what? Comprehension. He's uncomprehensible, but which is what? The essential nature of everything in creation, in turn, universal consciousness. If you become conscious of, again, God, the universe, and nature, that's having universal consciousness. What they're telling you. And while in what? The strict sense, which is the physical body, yoga may be seen as a separate discipline from religion. In a sense, yeah, why? Because it holds you more accountable. Yoga and religion have been linked together at many points throughout history and will continue to be linked even today. Why? In the same manner of speaking, yoga as a discipline, that's the difference. Yoga is a discipline that you set forth and follow. Religion is a dogmatic concept that you believe and follow. Okay, so watch this. It's a discipline that may be seen as non-secretarial transpersonal science or a practice to what? Promote spiritual development and harmony of the mind and the body. Stop right there. I keep telling you, the mind, the body, them two work in harmony together through mental and physical disciplines, including now got the meditation in on the side of the shoe 5 to make it work out. Why? Because that's the ingredient, the physical exercise and the performing what of the action with the correct attitude, self-service, giving of yourself. I'm not gonna stress myself, but I give of myself whenever it's necessary, whenever I see need for it. No problem at all. Okay, I'm a willing giver. I'm a cheerful giver. If I'm giving, I made a list of the situation. If I'm helping you, don't make me do it begrudgingly. Let me do it because you deserve it. I appreciate helping you out, but don't give me bad attitude and think I'm supposed to be happy to help you. It won't work that way. It don't work that way. So let me give you correct attitude when you're doing something. You should appreciate it. I'm almost home. I'm about to take it in. The teaching, which what, which practice, right? Thinking practice in our ancient Egyptian temples, which were the same thing. Shitat letter, which were the same. Watch this. Ones that was later intellectually defined in what? In the literal forms of, you listen, the Indian sages and the Vedanta yoga. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. Like they say, the Vedanta, the sages, the Indian sages of the Vedanta yoga. This was discussed in our earlier book, The Egyptian Yoga, the philosophy of enlightenment. It's the first book I started with. Now, the Indian mysteries of the yoga and the Vedanta may therefore be understood as what? Representing an unfolding exposition of the Egyptian mysteries. Again, they practice it called it something else. We call it serpent power. They call it kundalini. We call it this. They call it that, but it's the same philosophy. Okay, watch this. Now the question is how to accomplish the seemingly impossible task of knowing thyself, and how to transform myself and to realize what the deepest mysteries of existence of myself. How to discover who am I. That's the purpose of living right and putting yourself in a position to be blessed, and you'll start understanding and being in sync with what righteous and virtuous living. That's how it's done. Watch this. And this is what the mission of all right thinkers, of yoga philosophy, and the purpose of right thinkers, right thinking philosophy practices. Why? It's a yoga philosophy and does not seek, watch this, to convert or impose religious beliefs on anyone. I had a lady comment, you ain't using the Bible, you ain't following God. That ain't so. That's the wrong perspective. But I try to get you, I don't do the religious concept. Why? We do ancient Egyptian philosophical concepts. Please understand that. And watch this. And on, I don't impose religious beliefs on anyone. Ancient Egypt was what? The source of civilization and the source of religion and yoga concepts. Therefore, all systems of mystical spirituality can coexist harmoniously within these teachers when they are what? Correctly understood. I have religious friends, Muslim, Christians, and Jews. I practice what I teach. I can coexist with anybody, religious, philosophical concepts. Why? 'Cause I'm not imposing mine on you. I can understand and respect you for yours. So it's not a problem. It's when you want, you need to be this. Whoa. Yeah, so that's different. Free will, my man. That's one. Now, the goal of right thinking philosophy is to what? Promote integration of what? Again, mind, body, and spirit. Complex in order to what? Produce your optimal health of human beings. I caught COVID a few years ago. I haven't been sick, not what, for a few years. I don't go get it. No. I just live right, take my right, and do best what I think for myself. And that's spirituality. Okay, at its best. So holistic healing, something I just do on my own. Why? I know me again. But the concept is to get everything out of this, you have to give it your all, put your best effort, and watch this. When you do this, this is accomplished. This is only accomplished through what? Mental and physical exercise with what? Which promote the free flow of your spiritual energy by reducing what? Mental complexes caused by ignorance, that mental agitation, that worrisome stuff that we put ourselves in, the side chick, wondering when the next problem gonna come up, wondering if I'm gonna get caught doing that, sneaking, conniving, all those things. When you take them out of your lifestyle, you won't have that stress. A lot of us young black brothers, we die from stress. Why? Worrying about a whole bunch of stuff that we put ourselves in. Those are fetters. That's why. But when you take them out, this is all caused by what? Spiritual ignorance. There are two roads, again, Maya, which human beings can follow. Let me wrap this up with this one. One is of wisdom, and the other one is of ignorance. It's just that simple. Watch this. It ain't a whole bunch of ain't but two paths. Now, the path of the masses, we know, is generally what? The path of ignorance. That's why 85% of us is considered ignorant of who we are. I hate that fact, but it's true. Which leads them to what? Nothing but negative situations, fetters, thoughts, and bad deeds. And you wonder why. You don't. Now, this in turn leads to what? Ill health, early death, and sorrows and pain through suffering in life. You ain't happy. You people happy when they die. Why? Because they stressing in life. They'd rather be dead than live the life that they put themselves through. Oh, he's in a better place. Not if he did the nonsense that y'all do it. Moving on, but wrap it up. The other road which the right thinkers choose. The other rule is based on right thinking, wisdom, and what that leads to: good health, no doctor visits, true happiness. I'm happy as a kid at the candy store, and spiritual enlightenment. I know myself. I'm enlightening you to yourself. That's what I do. What I do for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.